Hello, fellow captains. This is the Doctor, and welcome to my new favorite hiding perch. This is a spot that I have found that, with the new lighting in the game, is, well, quite visually entertaining for me. This is up here on the mezzanine, on the top level, and I don't come here often, but now with this new lighting system, Lighting 2.0, check this out. The sunlight comes from outside. There's Earth. There's a huge window here that I guess I never even really noticed before because the light didn't come through so good, but now it's so cool. And then when ships fly by this, their shadows go over everything, and it's so beautiful. And then you've got these ship requisitions in the background. This is just a really cool area I am enjoying here. I think this will be my new favorite place to do videos from, actually. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I think that's awesome. Okay, so the video today is just a brief little update to my video I just previously published about artifacts. I made a video going in depth on what's new in artifacts and what you can do, all about the kit revamp system, all about Lighting 2.0, and all about K13. If you have not seen that video first, go watch that video. It's about an hour long, but it's full of all the information you need to know about what is in artifacts and what you can go do with this update. So check that out first. I'll put a link up in the top right corner. That's the biggie. This video is just a minor update to that video. There were a few things that I missed in that video that now I have looked at and figured out, and like, oh, that's there. I should talk about that. So you guys should know about those things. The number one thing that I will discuss, because I got a lot of comments about this in the commentary. I do appreciate all your feedback, of course, and I read all of it. One of the big comments was people were highly surprised or shocked that I had never seen that little dilithium minigame before that was in Echoes of Light, the featured episode series I just played. I was shocked by that new minigame. And that is because, yes, I have not done the dilithium mining. I do not do the dilithium mining. I have never done a dilithium mining mission or thingy or anything at all. So yeah, I'm not familiar with that minigame because I don't do the dilithium mining. So yeah, that was new to me, and I enjoyed that. That was a very cool little thing there. So pretty cool. Alright, let's talk about the other things here in the artifacts update. A couple of things that I had mentioned, or we found out when we read the patch notes, was that the Romulan missions from New Romulus have been put in the mission journal, as well as the Kobali missions from the Kobali Prime. It used to be one mission you just went to go to Kobali Prime, and then all the missions that you did on Kobali Prime, you had to go to that general person, forgot his name, Cunell or something like that. You had to go to him and get all your missions from him, which I think worked out just fine. So I don't understand the need to put him in the mission journal, but they did, and it makes it look like there's a whole lot more missions now because they put them there. But just keep in mind that each of those little missions are extremely short. They're very tiny missions. They're not huge missions at all. But it makes it look like now there's a whole lot more Delta Quadrant missions. Even though there's not, it's still the same amount. So if we go to the mission journal, which is episodes, you will now see there is, of course, the regular Romulan mystery. I don't think that's changed at all. No, that's completely the same. But what has been added is at the bottom, under here, under Borg Advance, we now have a new one called New Romulus. This is what's been added for this patch. Now, these are not new missions. These are missions that have been in the game since New Romulus came out. That whole planet, it was actually not an expansion, but a season update. It was the season update right before the Romulan expansion, is when New Romulus came out. And it was a whole planet introduced, New Romulus. And all of these missions were on that planet. You had to go to the planet, and a lot of them you had to find Maybe they weren't so easy to find, but they were there. All they've done is taken those missions out from that way of being on the planet and now made them part of your mission journal so that you know what missions they are and you can go track them that way. So it says here, the Federation is looking to bolster our relationship with the emerging Romulan Republic. They are building a new homeworld on New Romulus in the Azure sector and have asked for aid. And then you just go through each one. New Romulus aid. A Romulan ambassador has come to our space dock looking for aid in the construction of a settlement on the new homeworld. Staging area. I mean, this is the very first mission that you had on New Romulus when you go there. As you can see, I have done it on New Romulus. There's a lot of things that you need to be done to set up your staging area, blah, 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 and then you just go through each one. And I actually have not done all of them. I've never actually played all of the New Romulus missions on any character. It's just something I never really did, and maybe I should have by now, but I really have not. Some of these, obviously, I have done, however, like Overgrown Caves and Hawul Ruins. The reason why these say replay here, not that one, but replay on the power source and Overgrown Caves is this is from the Reputation. So what they've done is they've taken the missions that unlock at the end of each tier of the Romulan Reputation and also integrated those missions into the mission journal. So it looks like these are new missions. And to people who did not know that these unlock with the Reputation, it would seem like these are new missions. But I guarantee you, these are not new missions. These were here when the Romulan Reputation came to the game. And if we go to the Romulan Reputation, what I'm talking about is the new Romulus Reputation. Each tier that you unlock, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, has a little mission attached to it. It only becomes available, or became available previously, once you unlocked that tier. It would say, hey, there's this thing on Romulus, go check it out. And then you would do it. Those missions have now been integrated into this new Romulus mission stuff. So that's what it is here, and that's what it looks like. So I'm very, I guess, I mean, I've played that, but I've played all that before. So I don't think that anything's new there. I, in fact, have a playlist about it. I'll put a link up at top because I do have a specific playlist where I played all 5 of the Romulus Reputation missions back to back for you all. So I will put that link up top. You can check that out. That's been in the game for a very long time now. So that's not new. I really don't think there's anything new here. The Atli, I was just looking at this. For some reason, it's grayed out. See, we're conducting a series of research projects into the Lodic ecosystems. I don't know. I think this is still, still part of the thing. I don't know. I'm going to play it, though, and we'll find out. But I'm pretty sure, unless I'm just nuts here, the patch notes didn't say there were any new missions. But I don't know. I know staging area is one that's already been there. I'm sure warehouse has been. Vastum Peaks, I know it is. Mountain Base. Pales Crater, I know that is. Overgrown Caves, the Wall Ruins, and the Power Source. All those I know of. The only one I'm not familiar with is the Atli, but I'm pretty sure it's not new. If I'm completely wrong, I apologize, and I could be. Maybe 1 or 2 of these is brand new, but I'm not sure, actually. Because I haven't played them in the first place, I don't really remember. But I know that many of these are from the Reputation, for sure. So maybe some newer stuff, maybe not. What I'm going to do is play through these myself, and I'll be able to figure out what is new and what's not through that way. But at any rate, if you haven't played any of that stuff, now at least it's in your mission journal, and you can go about doing that yourself, and maybe there's a little more content there that you didn't know existed, and now there it is. So that's kind of cool. It kind of makes New Romulus a little more viable. I think people will be going there a lot more now. The next thing is that the Delta Quadrant now looks like it has a ton more missions. And that is simply because all they've done is take everything out of the Kobali front and make it its own mission in the mission journal here. For example, the cavalry, the sun, the temple of my people, data recovery. These are not new missions at all. These are again from the Kobali homeworld, and you used to just go to the Kobali homeworld and then contact General Cunell to pick up these missions, and then you would run them on the world. I would wait and I would do these at like a later level of the game so that I could do them all at once, and I would just spend an hour. It really didn't take that long. Just spend an hour going through all the missions on Kobali Prime and calling it done. But now they've kind of chopped it up inside of this mission journal, because as you can see, after data recovery, now there's looming shadows. I guess the level requirements are still the same, but they've just put it in the mission journal. So these aren't new. Even though it says I haven't played these, I actually have played these. I played these originally, but now that it's been put in my mission journal, it says I haven't played them. But anyway, that's all stuff that's been there. So yeah, the new Romulus stuff and the Kobali homeworld stuff and the Delta stuff, you will think it's new. It's not new. You just may not have played it before, or you skipped over it. It's just the stuff from the homeworlds. They've just put it in your journal. But anyway, now you know that it's there. Now you know how that's laid out, so you can go about, you know, making sure that you hit up those missions, because I think they are quite fun actually, and it helps. It helps on the storyline, especially the Kobali one. The storyline is pretty deep on the Kobali one. On the Romulus one, it's still pretty cool. It leads to a discovery that's pretty awesome. And actually, that discovery needs to come right before the Solanae stuff. So yeah, it's pretty good that they put the new Romulus stuff in there now, because you need to go through this and get to the power source and figure all that discovery out before you hit up the Solanae missions. So I'm glad they did that then. That's good. That'll help make the storyline flow a little bit better and make a little more sense. So that's pretty much all that I found under episodes, under missions here. That's all that's changed. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is what's in a lockbox and what's in the Lobi store. Because they have added some new things to the Lobi store. So you may not be aware of this for this patch, but under Ships and Crew, they have added the Sphere Builder Antiproton Science Vessel Tier 6. 900 Lobi, but this is where you can get the Sphere Builder Science Vessel. So anybody can get this, anybody can have this. You don't have to roll a lockbox to get it. You just need the Lobi to get it, of course. I guess opening a lockboxes will get you the Lobi. But we've pretty much already read all about this ship in a previous video. But here are the stats on it. It's got a 46,000 hull at level 60, 1.15 hull strength, 1.45 shield modifier, very high shield on this, 4 forward weapons and 2 aft. A bit of a different design. Usually science ships have 3. Usually they have like 3-3 or something like that, or 3-2. This has 4-2, so that's interesting. It has 1 Lieutenant Commander Tactical, 1 Lieutenant Engineering Intel, 1 Incel Science, 1 Commander Science, Temporal Operative, and 1 Lieutenant Commander Universal. 4 Tactical, 2 Engineering, 5 Science, plus 5 to Weapon Power and Shield Power, plus 10 to Ox. The Quantum Deceleration Field Generator, Molecular Reconstruction, Subsystem Targeting, Sensor Analysis, Secondary Deflector. 1 Hangar Bay with Sphere Builder Fighters. The Mastery Package, and then the trait is called Delphic Phasing Starship Trait. So if you're interested in that Sphere Builder Science ship, this is where it's at. I've heard a lot of people are interested in it, actually. So check that out. Under Space Gear, I didn't know this was here, but they have new Delphic Expanse stuff. So you've got dual overcharged Delphic antiproton beam arrays, a Delphic Distortion Torpedo, and the Universal Interface Quantum Distributor. Obviously, this is part of a set called Delphic Applications. So let's look at the beam bank. It is obviously antiproton damage. Not sure what makes it unique yet. It does antiproton damage. Firing cycles apply 1 stack of Delphic Capacitor Overload At 10 stacks, this weapon gains free Beam Overload 1 firing mode. Wow, so basically a free Beam Overload 1 out of it. To self, a 2.5 chance to apply Delphic Overcharge, which gives plus 10% weapon critical chance and severity for 5 seconds. Additional applications refresh these effects. This actually sounds really good. Delphic antiproton weapons have a chance to drastically increase your critical chance and critical severity for a short time. Additionally, this weapon stores a portion of its firing energy within a secondary capacitor. The capacitor fully charges within 10 firing cycles, allowing for the next cycle to act as an overload firing cycle. So it automatically has an overload built into it on 10 firing cycles. In addition, it'll increase your critical chance and critical severity for a few seconds. That's pretty cool, actually. I'd like to see that weapon in action. I have the Lobi for it. Maybe I will get it in the future. Not sure. Delphic Distortion Torpedo. This is kinetic damage. Plus 20% critical severity. This torpedo has a chance to reduce a ship's ability to resist damage as the local distortion phases the target partially in and out of our dimension. Additionally, the Delphic Distortion Torpedo boasts an improved high yield mode, capable of firing significantly larger salvos at a single target. So there you go, pretty cool torpedo. Then you have the console. This grants plus 11.4% damage to exotic damage abilities. It has improved speed and turn rate and hull penetration. Learning of the deflector's tendency to burn itself out. Let's see. This console was invented for use alongside the chrono deflector that was to be developed by a Klingon scientist named Koroth in another timeline. Learning of the deflector's tendency to burn itself out from excessive tachyokinetic energy, a team of independent researchers designed this console with the intent of harnessing and rerouting that energy in order to allow for multiple uses of the chrono deflector. Although the deflector has ultimately not been invented within our timeline, the tachyokinetic converter is still a powerful and useful piece of machinery in its own right. That doesn't sound like what that is, but maybe that's that's not a tachyokinetic converter. That's an interface quantum distributor. Could be the wrong text there. I'm trying to see what the bonuses are, and it won't tell me what the bonuses are until I have one of these items equipped, and I don't want to do that just yet. But we can see that with all three pieces together, we get the Delphic application set. I am really curious, though, what the bonuses are, but I won't know that until I purchase one of the items, and I'm not quite ready to do that yet. But there you go, a Delphic antiproton kind of set thing. And I guess it would be pretty good on one of those Sphere Builder ships. It's probably what it's meant for, is the Sphere Builder ships. So that's new. Go enjoy that. Ground gear. I want to try this one today. This is a Sphere Builder Antiproton Repulsor. I think this is that little hand thing we saw. Sphere builders use small handheld devices to generate and fire gravitational distortions at their foes. This repulsor is capable of firing bolts which inflict additional damage against exposed targets and can fire a series of bolts rapidly in a cone. This weapon has a chance to drastically increase your critical chance and critical severity for a short time. It is antiproton damage. It is not part of a set, however. I am going to take this. I'm purchasing it because I like to try new weapons. So we will try that out here in just a second. Costumes. Here's the Sphere Builder outfit costume. This is that one that I was looking at that I think looks really cool. I'm definitely going to pick this up as well. Don't have it yet, so I can't, look at it, but Sphere Builder outfit. Definitely going to get that. The Vanity Pet. Here's the Rottweiler companion, guys. Right click and use so you cannot trade. It's a non-combat pet, so it is non-combat. It's basically a Rottweiler. It's just a non-combat pet. It'll follow you and pretty much do nothing else for 30 Lobi. But there you go. They did put that in there now. Someone reminded me we did have dogs before. We had the Beagle, of course. The Beagle, Archer's dog, has been in here for a while. But this is a new one. This is a new one. We got the Rottweiler. And under devices, there's nothing new that I found. So that's what's under the Lobi store. Let's put my new weapon on. Where did you go? I want to try the weapon out. Oh yeah. The lockbox. I want to open one of these lockboxes since we're here, because I'm curious of the things that you can get with them, and I'm sure you might be as well. So I figured I'll open one. I've got just enough Lobi to go ahead and get one key. And they're on sale, so that's cool. I'm going to buy one key. And I'm going to open a lockbox. So here we go. Bam. Nothing really special. 4 Lobi, which brings me back up to over 200 Lobi. I can get the costume now. The Delphic Antiproton weapons is what I've got. So not a whole lot from that lockbox, to be honest. I have a choice of random cannon weapons, random beam weapons, or random ground weapons. This box contains weapons based off of recovered Sphere Builder technology. Delphic antiproton weapons cause micro tears within the fabric of space-time, traveling through multiple dimensions at the same time to reach an intended target. This results in a chance to severely increase the user's chance. Blah blah blah. Random weapon for space, a beam weapon. Basically the same description on it. Or a cannon weapon. Well, I don't use cannons. I definitely do use beams, but I'm not sure what that will reward exactly. I'm not sure what that will reward exactly either. What I'm going to do before I open one of these boxes is to check and see in the exchange what these are going for, and see if there's a monetary value of opening either one here. But I'm not sure what I will get. I'm kind of interested in what the beams will get me. I'm kind of interested in what the ground one will get me. Let's just open the ground one. There. I'm impulsive. What can I say? I have a Delphic Antiproton Sniper Rifle. So I guess that's just plain old Delphic weapons is what you're going to get there. Delphic Antiproton weapons have a chance to drastically increase your critical chance, critical severity. Rifle bolts. We'll take a look at it since I've got it now. We'll take a look at it in on ground. On ground. Let's go to ground, in fact. I don't want to waste a whole lot of keys opening lock boxes, even though I could. I don't want to. But I was curious what's inside them. Let's go to Kobali and do some things. Let's see. Delta Quadrant. We're going to try out this hand device. Very curious about it. Okay, let's beam down to Kobali. And we'll take a look at this thing. Very interested. Now, of course, it's not upgraded. It is only a Mark 12, very rare. It is 135 DPS. Not bad for not being... you know, upgraded very well. It's infinity, so I think that means I can go to upgrade item and make it a Mark 12. Now it's 138, just a little bit higher. It doesn't say if it's upgradable further, though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it does. Okay. So it is upgradable further. Now it's at, well, still 135 DPS. Oh well. That's still actually pretty good because my projector weapon, even upgraded, it's at like 250 DPS. So, yeah, pretty nice. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Equip. Oh, cool. It is so a Gould weapon. Okay, that is so Gould, guys. That is Gould. That is Gould. That is. If you've ever seen Stargate SG-1, even Stargate the movie, I don't know if it was in the movie, I forget. Yeah, it was in the movie. It was definitely in the movie. It was in the movie, and it was in the series SG-1. This is so Stargate right here. Alright, I gotta try this out. You could totally you could now roll a Gould character and have the hand device on him. Now, how cool is that? I'm kind of really giddy right now because that's one of my favorite series, is Stargate. I'm not sure about the bolt setting on it though. I don't know. I would prefer like a beam coming out of it, but we'll see what happens. I'm not a big fan of the bolts. Oh, it's blue. Well, blue's not too bad, I guess. Feel the wrath of my hand. Oh, that is awesome. That's cool. Feel the wrath of my hand. It's got a pretty slow firing rate though, but
personal shield losing power.
It has a very slow firing rate. Not very happy about the firing rate. You guys know I like high rate of fire things I can click really fast and that fire fast. So for that, I don't like it, but it does seem to be doing a decent amount of damage. And it's not even upgraded to Mark 14 or Epic or anything. See, it's doing pretty good damage on him, I guess. Tell you what, it's better than the Nausicaan weapon. It's definitely better than the Nausicaan weapon. I am liking it a lot better than the Nausicaan. But it is still not my favorite weapon. But it's cool looking. I will give it that. It's definitely cool looking. It does do a phasic thing. You can see it on him. Watch real close. You can see them kind of phase around him. They kind of phases. They phase when I hit them with it. So that's cool. They do phase. Let's try this other weapon real quick. Since we got it. A Delphic Antiproton. Let's take a look at it. That's what it looks like. It's a bolt setting as well. I like the color on it. It's alright. It's doing some pretty good damage. It's 150 DPS. That's more than the other one.
Personal shield losing power.
Well, it's at 150 125. Never mind. Taking that back. 125, so it's less than the other one. But of course, they're both upgradable, so you could make those upgradable. Hey, I got the lithium.
Flanking damage detected.
We'll take a look at this one again, just real quick. I'm not in combat.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Let's see. Let's see what the palm strike does. Come here. Stop running away from me.
Personal shield losing power.
That's all it does. Well, that's not
Damage
exciting.
detected.
Come here. That is not a very good palm strike. That's right, man. My hand can fire bolts.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Huh. Well, there you go, anyway.
Flanking damage.
So that is the Sphere Builder Antiproton Repulsor. There's another...
Losing power.
Stop firing at me. There's another weapon I got from the Lobi store recently I want to try out here. Where did it go? I want to try this one out. I'm not in combat. This is a Boolean heavy assault cannon. I've never tried it before, and I really want to try it.
Targets on sensors.
Oh. That's pretty cool. Okay. I see what the guy was talking about now.
Losing power.
This is a pretty cool weapon. I got this recently from the Lobi store. This is the Boolean heavy assault cannon. I wanted to try it out. It's 119 DPS right now. I wanted to try it out because somebody in the zone chat said that they have equipped all of their bridge officers with this weapon and said it is really fun on ground when all of their bridge officers are firing this weapon. It's just a massacre. And I had never used this one before. Look at the sweep on this. Look at that. Oh man. So I wanted to try this. This is actually really cool. It's doing a lot of damage.
Personal shield losing power.
Dang. I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. This is cool. Okay, a win for the Boolean. I want to get like a ton of these and did like he did and put it on his bridge officers. This is a really neat weapon. Look at him, even with a shield, it knocks him down, man. It takes him out. Wow. Wow, this is a powerful weapon. Imagine this thing upgraded. This is only Mark 12 very rare. Imagine this thing upgraded to Mark 14 epic.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Look at that. It's a very slow firing rate, okay? But, holy Hannah. It wouldn't be something I would use. It'd be something like he did. You put it on your bridge officers and let them use it. Man. Sorry, I came here to show you guys the Sphere Builder stuff, but I'm really enjoying this weapon now.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Look at that. He even had a shield augmentation on.
Power.
he was using one of the shield boosts from his friend, and it still took him out. One shot, dead. One shot, dead. One shot, dead. One shot, dead.
Personal shield losing power.
One shot, almost dead.
Flanking damage detected.
One shot, dead. One shot, dead. One shot, almost dead. If I flank him, I bet it would definitely kill him on one shot. Like, flank this guy. One shot, dead. This guy's got a shield. 2 shots, dead. Holy crap. I'm sold. I'm so sold. I am sold. Well. let me get out of here so I can talk about all this stuff.
Flanking damage detected.
Well, so from what we have discovered, the Sphere Builder weapon is cool looking. Not exactly that powerful, maybe. Oh, what the heck is up with your cape, dude? What is this? Is this like a natural sunshade for you? Are you in the sun too much? Well, your head would still get fried. That is freaky and so not cool. Okay, well, there you go. That's the Sphere Builder weapon, guys. I was very curious about it. I like the way it looks. It is very Stargate, very gold, but I'm not sure that it's a weapon I would honestly use. Not particularly up my tree, even though I like the way it looks on the character. It's not the type of weapon I really enjoy, if that makes sense. But maybe you guys will. Who knows? Anyway, I've got it now. Maybe I'll upgrade it and see if I like it better in the future. Not sure. Anyway, there you go. That is all that I have on artifacts. I have nothing else I can show you at this point. Go forth. Go forth and enjoy and have fun and just have fun. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.